No.
But if you can somehow start
live.
doing that, it might help things out. And yeah, you would like take that little clip and throw your face on it.
Dude, I wasn't gonna bring this up at all because I don't want to say anything not nice.
And
tell that whole story. Tell that whole story again. That's fucking amazing. That explains what I was wondering about this morning. Go tell that story again. We were just talking about how well is Danny's. We were just talking about how well his Danny Spiegel video was doing that he made. And then you said, oh, okay, fine. Hey, but that doesn't have your face on it. That doesn't have your face on it.
I'll give you my secrets, and Caleb, I don't want to give the world my secrets. I don't want to know. I don't want to let them know what we're up to.
Yeah, I understand. You said you, but you.
To be fair, this doesn't have anything to do with Danny Spiegel. It's got to do with the formatting of the video.
Right. Hey, I don't see that video up here on your YouTube right now. Why is that?
I've been having that with yours too. Like I was trying to grab the clips from Rogue, and I had to go to different sections of your subscribe page.
I had to go to your home. When I go to your videos, it's not there. Oh, and that thumbnail has your okay. Hey, will you go? So that explains everything. Will you go? I'm going to try to be so fucking nice here.
Also, I put captions in there, CC. So that's the first time I've ever done that. So like, as I'm talking, there's just on the bottom, there's an option for it to be a scrolling screen. Because sometimes people say they can't keep up with what I'm saying.
Hey, something's wrong with your audio right now.
Fuck.
You got like just a little bit of a robot-y thing going. I don't know if you need to reboot.
All right, let me do this really quick. 1 second.
Or it's too loud. Do you hear that, Caleb? Something's off with his audio.
Yeah, I hear it now.
Better?
Let's see.
Better or worse?
Oh, much better.
That's better.
Okay, I'll just use this thing. That's fine. This thing's good.
That sounds nice.
Will you go to Nate Edwardson's account, Caleb? Yeah, I'm gonna try. I guess I don't need to be nice, but I just don't want to be mean at all.
Are you on a streak of being so mean that you can't handle the heat, or what?
No, everyone's so nice to me. I get no heat, zero.
Okay.
And the heat that I do gets from knuckleheads. And we'll go into that in a second. So look at this video here. Okay, it's time to talk about Danielle Brandon. That actually, so those 5 videos there. Oh fuck, sorry Nate. I want to say sorry in advance. Those 5 videos right there, I've watched all of those, and the only one of anything where I walked away like, oh, thank you, was that Danielle Brandon. And the other 4, I was like, fuck, can I have my time back?
Wait.
Think that.
Danielle Brandon personally explains what happened. That's the one that was good? Or
no? Yeah. That's the one. Sorry. That one has actually a lot of stuff in it. You get to like, he's pulled a bunch of her clips. All those other ones say 0. I walked away with like
something about
holy
the back
crap
squat one. Well, because I look at this and I'm like, okay, fucking,
and he's killing
30,
it.
50,000 views.
Yeah,
I see that and I'm like, what did he do? What did he do? And
but
then
you see it. It's what you just told me.
I want to see his analytics. The secret
is. You told me what the secret is, and we're looking at it.
And yes,
that's annoying.
The secret. Isn't it annoying? I was having a conversation with Susan when we were in Newport about this sort of thing.
And he's a master at it. If you look at all of his thumbnails, he's doing it on all of them.
What is it?
Because I was thinking to myself,
the one of the back squat, it was like the last 1 minute. Oh yeah, it's a heavy back squat. That's what was said in that video. I think it's the "Are you filming me?" 44K. I'm like, how the fuck did he get 44,000 videos? It's like 6 minutes long, and then there's a 30-second clip in there. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, here it is.
I want to see his retention rates.
This is it right here. Some of his day in the life are good, but his current stuff is 9 minutes with 10 seconds of news. Yeah, that's how I feel. And it's all news that I'm not saying that everyone is like this, but it's all news that I already know. Wow. And when he does have opinions on stuff, it's very wishy-washy. It's not like he has strong opinions.
Is this my
Man.
page or your page?
Well,
In the last 48 hours, you have 600 more views than I do.
I'm on a residual roll from just
Rogue.
I'm on a residual roll from just Rogue, yeah.
So I'm at
site-
27.2 over the last 48.
The site just exploded. By the way, if you're an affiliate owner or you know an affiliate owner and they haven't watched the Matt Schindeldecker video, you're God damn, it's hot in here. You're batshit crazy. You have to watch. If you're an affiliate owner, you have to watch that. He basically is giving you the code to crack the code to give your life even more purpose and to make money. It is nuts. I do not know how that's not a must watch for every single affiliate.
Is that the one from 2 or 3 days ago?
For Hiller and his next challenge in the Zelos games, Dark Lord
Hell yeah.
Revon.
Thanks for giving Sevan and Caleb some money.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
No,
Appreciate
just that one.
Just saying.
Thanks for the clarification, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you, Caleb. I might have to open this door for a second.
No. Sevan's kids.
Yes.
Let's go one step deeper.
Just for jiu-jitsu lessons.
Yeah. All right. Then that's the final stage of the conversation. It went all the way to jiu-jitsu lessons.
It goes all the way to the Garth Taylor jiu-jitsu guy.
Garth Taylor.
That was the jiu-jitsu place my kids went to. Actually, they've switched jiu-jitsu places. They went there for 3 years. It's an amazing place, but we've just switched.
How dare you?
I know.
You're just removing them from their fucking master?
Well, no. I'm not.
Jeff,
Their master flows.
Someone
too.
out calling you Sven. Thanks, Jeff.
You're a good dude, Hiller. Jeff. You know what's funny is like Jeff will fucking give me the fucking old 1-2 in the comments here, but out in the real world, he protects me. He's one of those people that's like I'm like his boy to beat up, but no one else can. You know what I mean? Like you can talk shit about your mom and dad, but
he's
no
family.
one else can. Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk shit on my brother all the time, but as soon as somebody else messes with him, you're fucked.
Yeah. Jeff's good like
and
that.
Jeff also sees right through everything we do. I like the Spiegel video, but it was a blatant ripoff of West Side versus the World, which would make Spiegel West Side, the Louis Simmons documentary. That's good. Jeff knows me. I feel like he just like is in here. He's in my garage. He knows everything I'm doing.
We thought he was you for a while.
Did you see?
You thought he was
video?
me? No. Hands are here. I can't.
Can you pull up that Rob Forte video? Have you seen Rob Forte lately?
Not recently. Probably I have to guess within the past 6 to 8 months.
It's on Instagram. I cannot believe how big this dude is. This is a promo for the Down Under Championships, which we still don't know if we're gonna do shows about it. But you could turn the music off if you want. This is some stadium in Australia, and they've erected some sort of rope. They've erected some sort of rope that hangs over the center of the stadium, and Rob runs out to the center.
He looks like a full-blown rugby player.
Dude, he's huge.
Is this the fucking did they get this idea from me?
I don't know, but you know what? Look how they're pulling up the rope so he doesn't have to deal with the weight of the extra rope. Do you see that?
Yeah, holy shit.
Maybe they're worried about him getting tangled in it on the way down if he were to fall.
That's a nylon rope, right? I mean, that thing will give you splinters if it's splintering, like those horrible little plastic ones.
Mm-hmm. Dang, he does look yoked.
38 meters. If that's 75 feet, they grabbed this from the pre-show we did on Thursday before Rogue.
He looks huge.
Do you remember talking about that?
Yeah.
We even brought up the American Ninja Warrior platform. And he looks about the same as he's always looked. He's a big guy, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was so big.
I want
to show you.
I want to show you what we're talking about on the Mind Muscle Project. They used to have this guy who would do really, really well in the country, and then all of a sudden he wasn't that great. Might be Rob Forte they were talking about.
You still watch those hairless cats? You watch those ding dongs?
No, I just remember what they said. I don't watch them anymore. I haven't watched them in about 2.5 years, and that one popped up on my YouTube, and I was like, oh hey, they're talking about CrossFit again. It's like, oh wait, they're shitting on CrossFit. How weird. They used to love it. They made their way through CrossFit, and fuck these guys.
Reminds me of some games athletes who've done that too. Use the games to get, use the games to fucking get to the top and then shit on CrossFit from up there. Will you play this video? I didn't get this at first. This is so weird. I had to watch this twice. I wonder if you get this, if you understand this video, Hiller. By the way, we were somewhere the other day, and my kid, yesterday we went to a friend's house, and he was teaching my kids how to throw axes. And they're throwing axes. Pardon me?
How big were the axes?
They were all different sizes. They threw little knives. They threw big axes. They threw double-sided axes. They threw everything. This guy had like 150 different throwing implements.
Cool.
And
375,000 likes.
And this and one of my kids threw an axe and it hit the wall and bounced out. And my other kid goes, Hiller could throw it through that wall. And it's so funny because I always forget that they like know you, but they always talk about how strong you are. So we saw this 70-year-old guy the other day who is really strong. They're like, he's the strongest 70-year-old we ever saw. And then someone's like, he's not. One of my boys like, he's not as strong as Hiller. I'm never in the conversation.
They knew me before I started working with California Hormones as well. So like we got to meet up again.
Hey, are girls
They'll bring their conversation to the next level?
Are women acting differently around you since you've gotten on California Hormones?
I would have to say no, or at least I don't pay attention. Alexis would say that I never pay attention.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a combination of you don't pay attention and you're scared to death to tell me the truth because Alexis might be listening.
She's probably listening, and no, I'm not really afraid to say. She would say that I'm pretty oblivious to that sort of stuff, whether it come from like guys or girls or like I don't know. There's certain interactions that I just don't pick up on at all.
You don't have your window open for girls to enter your life, do you? But usually no. You see that with women. Usually you see that with women. It was one of the first things I noticed about Rich Froning. He gets so much attention, but he kind of doesn't accept. He's married. He was married and had a girlfriend. He doesn't accept a certain kind of female energy. He treats everyone the same, whether you're a man or a woman. Whereas, when a man is kind of on the prowl, he treats women a little differently.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, you see it with people too. I don't know. I used to hate going to bars, right? The entire bar scene is like, hey, we're going out on Friday night. And I'm like, what's the purpose of doing this? Because you spend a bunch of money to meet someone that you met in a place that you probably won't ever want to speak with this person ever again. And it's just like not a process that I've ever enjoyed. But with that, it's like, why are people there? They're there for likely the wrong reasons. Maybe people have a purpose in going there, and that's cool. They can do whatever they want, but it's not me. And I think that kind of bridges.
What are the wrong reasons to drink away your insecurities and drink away your life problems?
It's just the whole, you work your ass off all week so that you can blow it on the weekend, rinse, recycle, repeat. And then usually they're there to pick up chicks. And
well, there's nothing wrong with that.
I guess there's nothing wrong with that. It depends on what you want out of the girl you're with, the woman you're with.
How long have you been with Alexis?
She'll let you know it's like 2018, and I'll say it's been since 2015.
Would you know how to let's say aliens captured Alexis and took her away and she never came back? Do you know how to flirt, or do you think that skill has eroded?
I've never known how to flirt.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
No. Do you know how to flirt?
I used to be. Yeah, I know how to flirt. That's my job, is to flirt with people. I flirt with dudes. I'm flirting with you right now.
You know what? I can say that. I can flirt with dudes. And I can do it on purpose. But I've never.
I don't do it on purpose either, but I flirt with dudes all the time.
I don't know. Caleb?
People will be like, I'm not gay. I'm like, yes, you are. They're like, why? I'm like, you're so receptive to my flirting.
Oh, dude, anytime I interact with gay people, we just get along so much better than anybody else. It's weird.
You just start flirting.
Me and gay dudes just get along. It's weird.
But I think my skills I think my skills of flirting with girls have eroded. They're gone.
Gay dudes are like the nicest people. I don't
Oh,
know.
for sure.
I've never met a gay dude that I don't like. It's
Can you
interesting.
say that about gay women?
Actually, I can say the same. Every gay woman I've ever met is just pretty awesome.
Nah, I would have
In
to
person,
that is.
Personally, I disagree.
Yeah, I can't say that either. I could say
Really?
I can't. Yeah, I could think of fucking
Yeah.
100 mean gay girls I've met. Not that
For
it's just
sure.
a correlate. I'm not saying there's a cause, but
I've got like a tier in my head, and there's like a tiering of people I've known who like aren't the nicest, and not one of them in any of the top tiers are gay. They're all nice in my book.
I think it goes. If you had to
Because they're from
group
the
them,
Midwest.
if you had to group them with their sexual orientation, it goes gay guys, then straight guys, then gay women.
What's the
That's what
difference between guys and straight guys?
Gay because gay guys they're guards. They don't care. They're guards down. They're like, and Hiller's got a little bit of that. You know what I mean? Like his guards down. He doesn't care.
I don't really care.
Yeah, he took his pants off. Like you don't care.
Are you saying Caleb doesn't care either? That's why everyone
Yeah,
gets
of
along
course,
so well.
doesn't care. He fucking is in the military. He's fucking surrounded by cock all day. I guarantee you, Caleb sees a cock every day. Caleb's seen more cock than all of us.
For sure. Especially
I don't
working.
know. I
in the
wrestled.
hospital.
Well,
Working in
I
the
know, but you
hospital.
just saw the
Football
same
teams, it's-
35 cocks all the time. You had some stuffed in your face.
Fair.
You probably had more stuffed in your face.
I probably see a different dick every day. Somebody's coming in. With
Did you guys have
something.
a sport in high school where you showered like together or no?
I was homeless. I used to
Yeah.
shower at fucking public showers, and I had never
How
seen.
old were you? Weren't you in your 20s?
Yeah, it's probably 18 or 19. But up until then, I had never had any experience like that because I didn't play sports. And then all of a sudden, every day when I'm showering, I'm with a different naked dude.
Caleb, when was it for you?
Well, I was in
What
high school,
age?
and then
High school.
college, and then when I joined the military, obviously in basic training, you're just all showering at once for it.
I went to
3
I
times
think
a
I
day.
mentioned it in my video with the Danny Spiegel video that I had a Catholic school upbringing. And I remember when I went to high school and started wrestling, it's like everyone's just naked in the showers. I was like, so this is the way the world is, huh?
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, this is weird. All right, let's do
Open
this
base
thing.
showers. Like the first time that happened, you're like, what the fuck? And then
Uh-huh.
it's just normal.
There's just one dude who just got completely naked and got in the shower. I'm like, wait a minute. And then everyone else did it. I'm like, okay, so I'm the one who's different here. Okay.
Oh, I'm the weird one. Got it.
I'm the weird one. I thought it was just that one guy. I'm like, well, I guess that shower's fucking huge. So, and then everyone went into it. I'm like, all right, we're doing it.
Here we go.
How about when you're in there by yourself, and there's a shower tree? You know how there's like the shower trees? It's like a pole.
Oh,
where
ours
there's
were
like 5 shower.
interesting. It was like this giant, like cinder blocked in area, and they all came from the ceiling.
Oh,
There was no shower tree. It was weird. Yeah, it was cool. It was like a rain shower for the whole. It was a, I don't know, 20 by 20 square.
what did you have shower trees, Caleb?
Yeah, I've had them in the past. Yeah.
And there's shower trees, and some guy will fucking pull up and like. I never had anyone just like pull up to the same tree as me, unless there's like no room in the place. I've had that. There's 10 dudes in there, so you're sharing a tree.
Mm-hmm.
God, and you're just like you're soaping your hair, and your eyes are closed, and you're like, God, I hope I don't bump into anyone. But even if someone came on the tree next to me, and there were just 2 of us in there, I'm like, dude, But there were
There's a
good
whole
trees, and then
shower.
there were bad trees. There were trees that
Mhm.
just like the shower heads didn't work so good.
Like a
I know
spray
those.
system.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with those.
I only had one weird incident. Did you ever have any weird incidents in the shower?
No, I mean, there was always like that one person that was part of athletics that was very comfortable with using the showers that way. And then there's always a different feel to a gym class, right? But the same people would also use the showers during gym class where everyone else wouldn't.
Yeah.
So like over the course of the day, if there's 500 dudes at the school, the 500 dudes would filter in and out of gym class because everyone takes gym. But the one guy who's like thought it was okay to shower in between classes,
Yeah.
it was like there's just one naked dude in the middle of the day. It's like, okay. But he was cool. I mean, like he's doing his. He wasn't thinking twice about it. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. It's like, all right, it's in the middle of the school day. Let's get naked in front of everybody.
The one time I was in there and I was in there showering by myself, and a dude comes in and he gets on a shower tree that's probably like 2 shower trees away from me. And I look, and I'm showering, and I look over at him, and he has his arms crossed with his legs a little wider than unnecessary. And he's got this, and I look, and he's got this huge dong, huge. And I look up, and we make eye contact. And then I'm trying to soap and shower and get out of there, but I got to take one more look at this giant dong.
When you say giant, and also what? Well, maybe I don't.
It's just like a 10-inch fucking limp dong. No, this was in college.
Okay,
this is I was homeless and I was in the shower.
Right.
This is like, but I'm like, oh God, I need to see it one more time. Is it real? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, it's fucked up.
It's
like
so when he's standing there like this, staring at you, is it like intimidation?
Oh,
he's like,
no,
look at my dong.
Yes, it was clear. That's the way I took it. I took it like, hey, you want to handle this thing? Like,
you
hey,
said no words were said. You just got out of there.
None.
So you're saying he totally dominated you.
And I probably overcompensated by staying in there longer to show that I was comfortable. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You know,
I would have said something like, nice dick.
What is this? Why is Jeff obsessing on my homelessness? Homeless, like, you know, when
you put in quotes like that, the inferring is that you weren't.
No, I was. I didn't have a home. I didn't have a home or a car for 2 years, and I just had to figure out where to sleep every night. I think that's homeless. Sleeping in parks, shit like that. Does that work? I don't know. Maybe we have a different definition.
Asserting his dominance.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely asserting it. And 30 years later, I can still see him and his dong. He looked like a foreigner. He looked like an Italian guy.
You've probably never seen the movie Hall Pass, where they're taking mental pictures and they're like, and they're closing their eyes and they're like, I'm just storing those in the back of my head. That's what you do. Mental pictures. Mental pictures for later. Throughout the movie, they'll just like flash their eyes. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, just storing those for later.
Isn't that called the bomb, the beat off memory bank?
I've never heard that, but sure.
Neither have I.
The bomb, the beat off memory bank.
Seems right, yeah.
Could you pick his dong out of a lineup? I bet he could.
No, I mean, I don't even know. It's all imagination now. But it's definitely.
I don't like looking at him, dude. If I were in your position there's not a chance in hell I would have stared at his penis.
Not even once. You wouldn't have even given it the first glance.
It would have been like a peripheral and been like, okay, that's probably big, but that's about it. But if it's as big as you're saying it is, I probably would have noticed it somehow, some way, especially if he was just standing there staring at me with his arms crossed. Like, something's going on over there. Dangling out. I'm homeless. He's homeless. Something might fucking go down.
No, he wasn't homeless. He's probably like an assistant professor there or some shit. It was at UC Santa Barbara. I was the only.
That dude was fucking so many students, I bet.
He was a psychology professor, and he wanted to see what you'd do. Homeless men in shower. I'm gonna stand facing it with my dick out. What's he gonna do? Take one.
Does Andrew Hiller have a speculation? This is Alex. This is absurd.
I have no speculation.
Who the third person is who failed the drug test at the CrossFit Games? I'm referring to barbell spin. Sorry for change of subject. No, it's okay. I think we had exhausted the giant.
Graciano, 100 rep snatches made your dong bigger. No, but there is a raw spot right where I make hip contact with the barbell. I noticed it this morning. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, it could only be from hitting the barbell against it 100 times. More like 115 after warm-up reps and extra snatches.
I can't believe you did that. You can't be homeless if you have a fallback, which you did. What was my fallback? I definitely wasn't welcome at my mom or my dad's house. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't have a memory bank of dicks like you seem to have. That's where I was going with that whole mental pictures thing. It's like I know what mine looks like, and 0 other people. I can't put a face to a dick.
What's funny too is that I tell people that I can't visualize, but for some reason the one thing that I can't see is this guy from the shower when I was 20.
Visualize an attack.
Maybe it's just consumed all the RAM. You know, like my whole fucking data storage is full of, because that's how big his dick was. I
Oh
no longer,
no.
just
You're running like the original PC, and it's just like that's all I got.
consumed it. Okay, I want you to see this video and tell me if you understand this video.
Oh, we're back to this. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
There's nothing to appreciate a man for.
This is James A. DeWar, the founder of Little Debbie and the creator of the Twinkie. And these two handsome men are Maurice and Richard McDonald, the original founder of McDonald's. This right here is Ray Kroc, the man most likely who brought a McDonald's to your area through franchising. And this is David Godel. This man pioneered the way for you to be able to inject a metric fuck ton of insulin into your system to keep your own body breathing, since you decided to destroy it to where it can't even function on its own.
Standby caller.
You think about it.
Okay, standby caller. Hold on. Do you get that? I had to watch it twice. I'm like, what? I don't get this video. Do you get it? What's happening there?
Yeah, like those are a bunch of things that she's a little bigger for that all these men did that helped her get that way.
Yeah.
And then also that last one keeps her alive.
Yeah.
I got
So you're welcome.
I didn't get that at all. I'm like, what? How is this? Caller, hi.
Hey, what's up, Sevan?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Did you ask if I was good? No, what's
Good.
up? I'm just good.
Awesome. Nice Saturday here in Florida. Hey, I got a question for Hiller.
Okay. What's up?
Hey, Hiller, have you ever thought of doing a natty or not with your girl, Danny?
My next natty or not is on a male. 100%. No
The
way
answer
around
is
it.
yes. He has thought about it.
Well, okay.
He's
yeah,
thought
I
about
said-
it more than I've thought
Jesus.
about that guy's dong in the shower.
Yeah. The only reason it would be on a male is because I did one on Tia. I did one on Haley. I've done one on Maderos, and I'm just trying to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know. I know how people view that thing, and no matter like what I can say in a comment section or in a video, people are going to perceive things a certain way. And Sevan's right. It's like, yes, I have thought about doing it.
Yeah.
He saw right through my
That's cool.
wraparound answer. So yes is your answer.
All right.
I want to show
Hey,
you.
you guys.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
Sevan, your all's coverage for the Rogue was great.
Oh, thank
My
you.
biggest complaint about that whole thing, I know you guys addressed it, but holy shit, watching it as a fan on YouTube sucked balls.
Why do you say that? That's how
Anyway.
we all watched it. Why do you say that?
I just felt like I could never really see what was going on. Like, I mean, the first example that pops up to me is that the final 5 reps of the men's heat in the double, whatever the final workout was, and fucking Vellner shit in the bed, and you can't even see it unless you're looking up in the top left corner of your screen.
Yeah,
And if
the
I have to
duel was a
watch
big
one-
problem too. Did you notice in the duel when they were doing the rope climbs, every shot started along the side of the rig, and you're like, dude, it's one
Yeah.
rope climb, and in every single heat we're missing the rope climb. It was weird. It was bizarre
It's
even.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Every time someone crosses the finish line, we got to sit there and watch the person crossing the finish line wave to the crowd. I'm like, get back to the fucking race. You're killing me.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
It was-
Anyway, you
it-
guys are awesome now.
I would like to say this: the stream. Yum.
Oh, that was
The stream was beautiful. The images were beautiful. The camera angles were beautiful. It just they didn't follow the sport.
Yeah, it's acid, and you know this better than me. Why can't they do? And same with the game. I've seen them do it, but they don't do it enough. Why can't they split the screen into 4 screens where you're watching kind of 4 different parts of the workout going on, or maybe even a double split?
Hey, that one time they did split the screen in 4 was amazing, right?
Right, exactly.
What
I was
one
like,
time?
why can't they do that more?
There was a heat actually. We were watching like the men's comp or the women's comp, and they needed split screen so fucking bad, and they didn't use it. And then as soon as it switched to the other sex, they'd used it, and it's like, oh,
It was
thank you.
I think it was the log lift.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, yes. Thank you, Caleb.
That's
Right.
just longer for me.
Yes, the log lift. I do
Yeah,
recall
it was
that
a
now.
log.
Good call, Caleb.
Anyway, I mean, I hate to bitch because Rogue's amazing, and it's just nice to have something to watch. to
The
get your
thing we
fix.
got to remember is number one, it was free, and number two, there's got to be some sort of an answer behind why it was so bad.
I wonder if it's because they had all those cameras like stationary on those platforms, but like when there's a field there, they have people walking around instead.
Yeah.
Hey,
'Cause
where are you
whenever
from?
I don't know. I'm
Florida.
in Orlando.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida.
Anyway. All right, boys. You guys have a good weekend. I was
Okay,
just
bye.
driving, thought I'd give you a shout. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Bruce, were you fucking with
Adios.
me because he said it's a sunny day in Florida? If you were, you're dickhead.
It's always a sunny day in Florida. It's a cloudy day in Chicago. And windy. And it's actually warm. It's like 75 and windy as fuck. No way Brian plays frisbee golf today. No way.
Oh, solid information on Brian that you didn't even expect.
He
Now you
can't
know.
even play frisbee golf if he tried.
He's probably got a disc for the wind. Don't worry.
You're right.
There
Special
was-
disc.
There was a games athlete from back in the day named Jeremy Kinnick.
It sounds familiar.
And I can't remember his brother's name, but his brother, I think, is the founder of Beyond the Whiteboard.
Oh, how's that company doing?
I think they're fucking murdering it.
You say that about everyone, man.
No, I think because I think a lot of people are murdering it. I think they're murdering it. I think they lost. I need to look into it before I say what I'm about to say. But Jeremy Kinnick was he was on the show. Yeah, he's homeschooling his kids now. Yes, thank you, Kenneth. He was on the show.
Nice. When?
2-3 months ago.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a video of his son, his 14-year-old son, deadlifting 305 for 2.
14-year-old son?
Yeah,
Okay.
check this out.
Get it! Oh, let's go!
Steel weights.
Get!
Kid's
Come on,
got
get
great
it.
hair.
Oh, let's go!
That's a tall kid too. That's a long way to pull
What is
that
that
weight.
comment? An impressive lift, but it was all back. Do it again. Please.
Someone said that in the comments, meaning that they didn't like his form. Is that the insinuation?
Yeah. I gotta see that. Yeah, he kind of turns into a little bit of a stiff leg deadlift. Let me go through again.
Better than Dave's.
Yeah, and we could easily turn that into a 345 if he found out how to build some tension off the floor and didn't just rip that bitch and lose all of his lower back tension. Oh no.
Okay, let me see. What are the replies to Samuel Floyd?
Well, first of all, take off. Those are nanos. Those are okay. But go barefoot. Don't ever rip the bar. Don't roll it in like you're getting a dynamic start on a deadlift. Build tension as you're descending. You're 14 years old. I am digging into this kid a little bit. And I know you wanted to show how heavy it was lifting, but there's some things he could be doing that would definitely help him in the long run.
It's a max lift.
It's 2 reps, though.
All right.
And he's 14. What's he doing a max lift for?
Oh.
When's the last time Pat Veltner did a max lift before he pulled 600 at the games?
Oh. Did he pull 600 at the games?
595
Wow.
during the total in 2019.
Jeff Bako, he should not be doing touch and goes.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that, but as he's descending from this rep, he should be under a bit more control for his age.
Kenneth DeLapp,
See those little sticks he's walking around on?
Yeah,
Those
he's
things
tall.
can turn into fucking tree trunks if he just puts a little work on the eccentric.
Isn't there some machine that where you just lower deadlifts? I forget how it gets it back up. Isn't there
A machine that lowers deadlifts?
or someone lifts deadlifts for you? So all you do, you put rubber bands going.
There was a time when I was
Who does that? I saw
17 or
some
18
training
years
where you did
old.
it eccentric. You only did eccentric deadlifts for training. I forget how they did that.
I've never seen one of those.
You just lower it. Anyway, go ahead. There's a time when you were what?
I was 17 years old or 18, and I was at just like a regular old gym. And there was a guy who had a squat bar on a power rack. So it had the whole like rack set up kind of like this. And he had the bands attached to the top, right? And you would squat down and the bands would help him come on up. And it was the first time I'd ever seen that. And I was sitting there as a 17-year-old trying to figure out why in the fuck somebody would be trying to make it easier as they stood up, you know, or like, or just why he didn't wrap them around the floor.
Right.
Because
and what was the thought? Did you solve it?
Well, because if you think about it, the band as it stretches, it makes it easier at one part and harder at another part.
Yeah.
So you're in theory,
it makes it harder at the top. It makes it harder at the top. Why would you want that? Isn't that where everyone's stronger?
Oh, anyway? sorry. I got those a little bit backwards. But if you attach the band to the bottom on the floor and you attach it at the top in the ceiling, it's in theory doing the same thing. As it stretches, it makes it lighter. So it's easier on the bottom. And then if attach it to the floor, it's also lighter on the bottom. And the guy gave me some answer. I still don't think it makes any sense. I'm sure there's a reason.
Good, because it doesn't make sense to me either.
Caleb, did you follow that? Like, why would you attach him to the top when you could just attach him from the bottom like a normal person?
It doesn't. No, that's stupid.
He had an answer, but he was a big, massive motherfucker. Like, mostly fat, but strong.
Hiller, the deadlifts you programmed yesterday hurt because I couldn't go touch and go.
2 weeks in a row of those. Dead stop singles. That's a 5.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Chains are the best for lockout strength.
I like chains. Good for the bench press, too. And they're good for the strict press, if you ask Sam Dancer. I know he likes pressing with weird implements on bars.
The tornado bar or whatever. Hurricane bar or whatever.
Bamboo and hurricane and tsunami and all that crap.
Andrew Hiller made was it 4 videos in a back and forth with a young lady named Simply Mander.
I wasn't sure what we were going to talk about today, but
and the 4th one is the best one, and it's crazy that it only has 5,000 views. It says don't watch this either. If you wanted to get some, it would be a great watch party to watch all 4 of those. Hang out with some homies, sit in front of the TV and watch it. This last one is fucking incredible. This last one was the first time I actually felt bad for her.
You might need to. Oh, is that the one where she's sitting in her car?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
This thing is nuts. First of all, she's lying about Hiller. She says there's several lies in there that she said basically. I tried to tag you, but I couldn't because you blocked me. And Hiller explains in the video, no, you couldn't tag me because you blocked me, you knucklehead. I didn't block you. And there's a bunch of like things like that.
From viewing her stories, however the hell you do that. But I couldn't do it, but I could do it from my burner account, which didn't follow her either.
She said that Hiller was caught cheating at the CrossFit Games. You knucklehead. He was caught cheating, if you want to use that word, because 2 years later, he went back and reviewed his video for all of us to see. Not because they caught him.
But because she wanted to take the word of one person on the internet who likes her and is trying to throw shade.
So I'd like you to play this this video starting at 3:32. When I watch this, I can't even believe that these words would never come out of my mouth even if I thought this. This is so this is so embarrassing. We'll talk. We will review it in 1 second once you guys all get to hear it. It is truly remarkable. It says everything that's wrong with society right now. You think it's just her age?
No. I said Justin age. He explained the bands thing that we were just talking about.
Oh, bands from the bottom give more tension at the top of the lift. Bands from the top gives no tension at the top of the lift. Assistant on descent. No real reason for top unless working explosive out of the bottom.
Is it the one in the middle?
I was looking for any.
Yeah, with the dog, just a cute puppy. Yeah, if you could click that and then start it at 3:32.
Lord of the Rings, one ring.
Oh, by the way, this is brilliant too. By the way, Hiller sort of pokes fun at himself about how Lord of the Rings had a trilogy and Godfather had a trilogy, and he names all these movies that had trilogies. Oh, you might have to go back a little bit more. Go back to.
You know what? I really like this one too. I just completely forgot about it because I put her in the back of my head.
It's such a good video. Okay, let's try playing here. Let's see.
So nice try, Mander.
About my one comment as a reply to someone that was losing their on the Wadapalooza page. I just think that's so weird. And like
Pause.
at first
I just think that's so weird. What I think is weird is that you're an adult woman and you haven't found your own voice yet, and you're still using a TV voice from like Mean Girls or something. You know, you don't have to talk like that. You can find your own voice. We all have our own voice. You can find it. Take a few deep breaths and find your own voice. Okay, action.
like actually upset about it, but now I'm just like, okay, we're still talking about this. Like,
No, never give up, never surrender.
and if I or anybody else with that type of following ever said the R word on a YouTube video, or
anytime you hear anyone talk about their following, if me or anyone like with my following, red flags. That's the whole mental illness game. This person is already in the metaverse. Completely lost. Okay, action.
let alone just ever, they would be fucking canceled. And I don't understand how he has a platform like this to say to call people that word.
So she's saying that if anyone uses the word retard, that they should be canceled if they have as many followers as her or Hiller. So
A equals B because she said so.
So she's just dictated. She doesn't make any content unless it follows the rules of what the man tells her. Her vocabulary is limited. I would
careful. When you say the man, you mean like the governing body, whoever that might be, not
CNN,
men.
Google, the mob outside of the burned down Ferguson. Just all you are a young lady free in the world. And instead you use a fake voice with a fake filter, with fake guidelines on what can and can't come out of your mouth. I would be so disappointed if I raised her as my daughter. I would be so disappointed. She's not even, let's say she would have said, hey, let's say she would have said, hey, I have 3 retarded brothers and I find the word retard offensive. And I know it's not really offensive, but I'm really sensitive to it because how it's been mixed with as a derogatory term and lost its clinical value. If she would have gone, even then I would have been like, okay, she plays the victim. But instead you can't say that. You can't. Larry Page does not allow that. Bill Gates does not allow that word. Oh my God.
Who's Larry Page?
Isn't that the guy that's one of the guys that started Google? Okay.
No, it's Zuckerberg.
No, that's Facebook.
Oh.
We should finish the show with a little recap of the legends of censorship. Okay. Action.
Word, calling people an idiot, like all this stuff. It was just very like tasteless.
Hot take here. This goes back to college. In college, not a care in the world,
okay,
right?
pause.
Most people, not a care.
We're done with this. Oh my God. It's like so tasteless. Why? Because Mark Zuckerberg told you it's tasteless. This is a completely vapid human being. I had said this before.
Vapid.
Do not watch stuff like this, guys. You get dumber.
I got 2 things, and like, God, I don't want to go hard on this chick. But
you don't have to. She's going hard on herself. It is unbelievable.
There's one point in there where she goes, and I thought it was so funny where I just like cut and I'm going like cacking, like a huge exhale. I don't know. I thought it was funny, and I thought it was funny in real time. And I also really liked the never give up, never surrender bits in that. But
the video is great.
I was clicking through some of her old videos. I was like, how in the fuck did she get 100,000 followers? Like, I want to do that. I'm like, she did something to get there. It does appear like she changes what she's doing every 2 to 3 years. And she does try to like ride a little bit of momentum. Like, I understand that too. Like, we're going back and forth. Maybe she's going to pick a couple people up. Maybe I'll pick a couple of people up. It's all good. Maybe 4 years ago, she made a video where she's talking for 20 or so minutes. And Alexis and I were like watching it on the big screen. and she's putting on makeup the whole time while she's talking, right? And I click through it. I'm like, holy shit, it's 20 minutes long. So we watched 5 minutes of her putting on makeup step by step. We skipped forward like 12 to 13 minutes to the end just to see like the wrap up. And she goes, so this was just like an easy makeup tutorial. And I'm like, you just spent 20 minutes straight. And I'm like, did she do, Alexis, you're an esthetician. Does she do this every day? And she goes, yeah, probably. I was like, oh, I wake up and I like take a shower and throw some shit in my hair and I'm good to go. I'm like, I couldn't
It's
believe
so
it
hard being
like,
her.
that was
It's
just
so,
like a simple makeup tutorial. I'm like,
it's
you're
so
telling
hard
people
being
that
her.
that's simple, Lee Mander. I'm like, holy fuck.
She uses the words. She also accused you of deleting a comment, which was
Never.
the irony
Never
was that
done
you
that.
read the comment. So how would you have deleted it?
Oh,
You showed it on the show.
I love just like throwing. No, that wasn't the exact one, but I've
Oh.
never deleted a comment. I look at it and I love comments. Comments are like my real-time feedback as to how things are going.
She called you toxic. Then she said toxic masculinity. Then she called you a misogynist. And then she said the word gaslighting.
I've heard that before. And somebody
wife
used it
was in
against
the-
you today.
What?
Somebody used that against you today in my comment section on the Spiegel video. They
Yeah.
say you're a gaslighter, but I don't really know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. But I've been explained it like 500 times. It just won't stick. But
Caleb, you got anything on gaslighting?
you can't use all of those words. You get like what are you trying to tell us you're woke? Yeah, it's all the buzzwords. It was unbelievable. My wife heard from the other room and started laughing. I go, what are you laughing at? She goes, she's just went to like the woke handbook and is just reading out the names. Manipulate by psychological means into questioning their
literally
own sanity.
everything you just did fits this definition. You know?
I've looked at you and with your bracelets and your necklaces and your tattoos and the makeup I'm not gaslighting you. You have a fucking problem. You work. I think it's a problem from where I stand. I would hate if it took me an hour every day and I had to be worried about how I looked as much as you do. It's completely insane. It's so hard being you. And so you have to defend that. I get that. When it's easy being you, you don't have anything to defend. Someone's like, Sevan, you don't wash your hair? Nope. We
need to create a word. That's what we got to do. Because that wasn't a word that was around like a decade ago, right? That's got to be kind of new. Gaslighting.
Not only did you tangle with Nate Edwards and Craig Ritchie, you tangled with Matt Fraser and Dave Castro. And yet she accuses you of only tangling with girls. By the way, anytime a woman uses the woman card, like you starts down that avenue, that's because she's insecure about her own womanhood. It doesn't even matter if she's right. It doesn't matter. If someone called me short and I have to defend it in any way, it's because I'm insecure about my own manhood, my own height. Sorry, go ahead, Caleb.
I looked up gaslighting like a year ago, like when people just started using it kind of like intermittently. It wasn't this prominent. And I'm pretty sure I got some sort of definition about it being utilized in coal mines. Like the definition was talking about how it was literally used in coal mines for whatever, like whenever there's a gas leak or something like that. And then just now looking at it, it gave the definition of like the metaphorical sense where it's the psychological use to fuck with people.
Yes, that is the story. It comes from a guy and a woman who were living in a house together, and the guy was leaking. I'm probably telling the story wrong, but the spirit of it's right. The guy turns on the gas in the house, and somehow it poisons his wife, so she thinks she's crazy. And he uses it, but he doesn't tell her he's doing that. And he causes his wife to go crazy. Okay, yeah.
That's pretty good then.
The wife thinks the gas lights in the house are flickering and the husband says she's crazy. He's trying to get her money. Okay, yeah, something like that. Okay.
Cool. All right.
You were kicked out of a gym for gaslighting?
That's me.
What a hollow. Why not just say what you mean? Why not just say, hey, you're calling me. Like, she's not even being specific. She's using this broad concept. It's like when someone calls you misogynist. No, just tell me what I did.
Hey, Caleb, could you Google dog whistle and maybe not put it on the screen because Dick Butter recommended it, but
everyone who thinks
look it up on Urban Dictionary or
Probably.
I think an accurate use of the word misogynist is everyone who thinks that men who it's okay for men to play in women's sports. I think you're a misogynist. And why do I think that? Because you obviously hate women because you want them to lose to men. You're trying to, and so I think that's a great explanation of what misogyny is. I think that anyone who doesn't like it, if you compliment a woman's body, you're a misogynist because you hate women's bodies, but you disguise it as trying to protect them from us complimenting them. You're a misogynist. You obviously hate the female form. You hate vagina. You hate breasts. You hate everything about women. And so when we compliment women on their bodies, so that's why you call us that. These are all. It seems so simple to me.
It's going to be similar to gaslighting.
I think that's what she's doing to dog whistling is what she did to you. I think when she said, I can't believe he's not canceled for using the R word. Oh my God. It's like, how is that even possible in this world? Well, because we don't live in North Korea.
So this might be a good opportunity for you to bring up my comment section on the Danny Spiegel video, because you're kind of on a roll right now with this stuff, and this gives you a chance to either dig into or defend yourself on a topic in my comment section if you're interested.
There were only 2 comments that interested me in there, but go ahead. Which one?
Not on the Mander video. This is on the Danny Spiegel. I tagged it.
I went through there yesterday. Oh, the one at the top?
The one at the top, yeah, because maybe halfway through, I think there's 24 replies on there. They come right back at you, and I'm curious what you think on it at the minimum.
Okay. I thought the people who came to my defense did a pretty good job. Questioning a woman's morals because she takes pictures. Oh, he addresses this. Okay. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'm going to tell you what he said. He's suggesting that I question a woman's morals because she takes pictures in workout shorts or a bikini. And that's the definition of misogynist. And he's taking it completely out of context, and he explains later. He goes down there later, or she, I don't know, turntableable. They, thank you. Basically, we had invited Danny to come on the podcast, and she responded, no, thank you. She was very polite, but she basically said she has a different morals than.
Click that one right there. Yeah.
Okay. I want to clarify. I'm not talking about anything anybody said during the invitational. I have zero problem complimenting someone's body, which is not true at all. I don't believe that at all. I do it all the time. I'm talking about a few months ago when Danny refused. By the way, that's weird if you do it all the time, by the way. I'm talking about a few months ago when Danny refused an invitation to go on the show, stating that she didn't agree with the morals of the show or something like that. After that happened, the hosts, that's me, the hosts, went on Danny's Insta and pulled up pictures of her sitting on a box with her legs crossed, her legs put up a picture of her sitting on a box without her legs crossed. You could have just said with her legs wide open. You could have said that. You could have said with her legs wide open with her vagina dead front and center. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could have written that would have been more articulate. That's when they came up with the nickname Beacon of Morality. Not they. Me. Beacon. Basically trying to shame Danny. No, not trying to shame Danny. Not trying to shame Danny in the slightest. And say that she couldn't have high morals. No, not saying that either. Not suggesting that at all. Are you going to tell me that didn't happen? No, I'm not going to tell you that didn't happen. I just told you it did happen. Aren't you listening?
I comment in here saying that I would try to bring it up on the show. So there's another one. If you go down a little, Caleb,
what we did,
the same turntable.
What we did try to do is make it fun, because it is a interesting and unique juxtaposition.
Go back up
of someone.
Click the show more right there.
Maybe we should define morality.
Maybe it's this one. Scroll through. No, Andrew, the one where it says, Andrew, you are right on a couple of things. And then in the after 2, there we go. As far as whole, you're responding to your own feelings, blah, blah, blah. That Sevan says in order to escape from taking responsibility for anything he says. I don't think have you seen that one yet, Sevan? What do you think on that?
Yeah. I did.
What do you think about that? I'm just curious, because I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I wonder what he thinks.
This person,
because there's the word gaslighting. That's why I brought all this up, because it was on topic.
This person is suggesting, because I point out how the way the brain works, that I'm gaslighting people, that I'm trying to trick people into, by showing how the brain works. and he's conflating that with gaslighting. This person is doing the exact same thing that they're accusing me of. They're trying to manipulate the situation.
Bingo. Good one. You're right.
So we're staring at the number 5 and they're like, it's 2 and 3, it's 2 and 3, it's 2 and 3. I would need to think about it a little more I'm not doing it fair justice to articulate it, but soon the dead giveaway is you're responding to your own feelings, blah, 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 blah. I guess that this person probably doesn't even understand the mechanism of where their thoughts come from. And that's what I try to explain to people on this show.
Well, wait a minute. You said something about responding via your thoughts or your feelings. And you just said that you can't do justice to it. Is that not you kind of backpedaling? You read it, you've probably got an initial reaction to it, but you want to take a step back before you kind of explode or not explode.
Yeah, I want to be able to articulate it because I think it has value to people who are watching the show. I want to be able to articulate. I would need a concrete example. Right now, we've fallen into the weeds of just name calling back and forth, right? I would need a really specific example of what he said. Hey, you're blaming it. I would always go back to the racist thing. You're saying that, let's use affirmative action for the thing. I want to say, hey, affirmative action isn't really affirmative action. They changed the name of affirmative action, which really means let's be racist. And I want to drill down into things. And this guy is saying that when I drill down into things and show them for what they are, it's just my way of avoiding responsibility. They want to say, someone would say, Sevan, you're against affirmative action, so you're racist. And I would say, no, affirmative action is racist because what you're doing is you're letting people into college based on the color of their skin. And they're saying, oh, you're just manipulating the situation. They've attacked me and staying focused on what the subject was. Well, no, let's define what affirmative action is. That's what this guy is doing. He's trying to avoid what we were originally talking about. And I can see where he made the mental leap. We did make a joke that when she said she had too high of morality to come on the show, we did make a joke by going to her Instagram and looking at the photos and comparing, do these look like a presentation of someone with high morals? And we showed it yesterday on the Sevan podcast. She's in a Playboy outfit, which is a rag that children or young men jerk off to, talking about her fans wanting an OnlyFans account. Now, there is a little incongruity there with someone who is using morality as a basis to not come on this show. When I think this show has some of the highest morality on the internet, we pride ourselves on integrity. This guy also wants to redefine the definition of morality or misogyny in his original post. So does that help?
I follow.
Okay.
Jeff lost you, but I think I follow.
Okay. So yeah, ass hominem. Yes, ass hominem. Exactly. It's ass hominem. But that's okay. I'm okay with it. It's just the comments. But at some point, I can't.
Dude, the comments are the most important part of any video. You know that, right? You get real-time feedback about what you just did, and then you can get better or worse and just make adjustments.
Right. Pull up Danny Spiegel's account. And to think, and by no way am I shaming her. Actually, Caleb, do you have that video I sent you guys yesterday of her dancing?
We've got two avenues on this. Avenue number one is she knows what she's doing, and she likes the fact that we're doing this whole little bit on her because it's driving interaction. So. And I think I brought that up. That's what I hope too. Like I brought up the Girls Who Eat shirt. I did that little bit on how I hope she sells more shirts because of it. Cool. That's the idea. I speculated it was the idea. She said it was the idea. We're all good. The other avenue is she's got like an agent out there and she's like, I told you not to ever talk about them ever again. What the fuck were you thinking? It's either or.
Do you want that video?
Sure. If you have it, look at this video. I watched this 10 times yesterday. I must have sent this to fucking 10 people. This video is fucking amazing. This is amazing. Have you seen this, Hiller?
I don't know. It's a black. Yes.
No. Oh yeah. This is unreal. Will you play the music too? Art. Hashtag art.
She loves it.
Hey, listen. We had that girl on the show. I can't remember her name.
Art.
The identity lady. I forget her name. But after we did the show, she sent me a text saying it was fucking like the greatest show ever, and she hadn't talked to a man in so long, and thank you so much. And she was so. And then the next day after that, we got a letter from her saying you have to pull the show down. My agent didn't like the way I was represented. And I'm like, wow, what the fuck? My point is this. That really hurt me. That hurt's not the right word. That really frustrated me because I put so much work into that show. I spent 3 hours preparing for it. I spent 3 hours with her, and I had to throw away 6 hours of my work. Danny Spiegel has put so much work into her body. I don't care what I give her a fucking, like, I love everything she does with it. I respect the game of all the fucking hard work she's put into that body. And I thought that video was amazing. And I would crown that the greatest ass on planet Earth. I
wouldn't, but that's just preference on asses. You ever see that picture where it's like, which ass do you prefer? And it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm like, that one looks like Alexis's ass. I'm into that one. It's like ass D. It's just a bunch of different shapes. There's like a pear shape, and then there's like a watermelon shape. They're all good looking, but then like everyone's got a preference. Like
that video would turn a gay man straight. Yeah, they're all preferences. I agree. You had to pull the show too. I didn't have to. Like the bunch of lawyers was like, we'll war with her. But like, I don't want to war with her. Oh yeah, Lisa Marie. She had like 3 names, and she told me that it triggers her when people don't use all of her names if they just call her Lisa. And she cried like 12 times on the show. It was weird. 9 at least.
9.
Kenneth DeLapp. Let's try and keep our 5 female listeners. Next topic. I mean, Hillary, your girl does have a nice ass.
She has the best ass.
And here's the other thing about Simply
I just sent
Mander.
Caleb the ass chart in the chat.
Here's the other thing. How about Simply Mander, toxic masculinity? Do you not know that this is the guy who professed his love to his wife on this show, saying that if he found out she was a man, it wouldn't change anything. He'd stay with her.
Oh,
you fucking ding dong.
Yeah.
Jeff Bako, I'll admit Danny's body works for me 10,000%. Works what?
Here we go.
Oh.
Alexis is, well, this isn't the ABCD one, but she's probably 3rd down far to the left.
The has-beens?
No, not hard bubble. Something between bubble and hot tamale. Yeah, that's Alexis.
Oh, between bubble and hot tamale. Where the fuck are you looking?
On the screen, man.
Oh.
Looking at
Between bubble. Pancake. She has pancake butt.
No, man. She's between, not between them. Like it's the
either
shape. It's like either one or the other.
Yeah, those are the 2 best asses on there.
Heidi wants to see Alexis's ass.
Go to her Instagram. It's crazy. I saw it in real life. It's crazy.
Yeah, pull up her Instagram.
It's crazy.
She has. Oh my god.
I can't remember who we were with, but
she used to be. Yeah. Wait. What? Go ahead.
Someone we were with at the beach said, "Holy fuck, have you seen Hiller's ass?" I'm like, Hiller's ass.
Mine's small. I got no ass.
They said, "Holy fuck, have you seen Alexis's ass?" I'm like, "No, I'm just staring at Hiller's." No, I'm like, "Yeah, of course I fucking saw her ass."
Look at that thing. If you scroll down a little bit, she's got some good photos from a photographer friend of ours.
Oh, look at that shirt.
Which? Oh, CEO. Yeah, man, she loves that shirt.
Hey, it's a really, it's a huge ass,
There's
too.
A photographer, Fury. We'll find
you have to see it in person. It doesn't do it justice in photos. I mean, it's still amazing in photos.
We'll find one. If we scroll a little bit, we'll find one that gets maybe 70% of the way there.
It's really big and powerful.
She's strong as fuck too.
She's big. She's big. How tall is she?
Not that one. Keep going. She's 5'7". That one doesn't do it justice.
No, it doesn't.
She's got to be when she's in like, there you go.
There you go.
Her and her friend. There you go. That's a Danielle. Danielle and Alexis. That's a good picture.
It's crazy. It is a crazy ass. Even
That's one of
amongst
my
great
favorite
asses,
pictures. Look at
it's
it.
a crazy ass. That doesn't do it justice either. It's
doesn't,
wider
but it's
in
about as
person
close
than it
as we'll
looks.
get.
Than it looks on pictures.
Yeah, she's got wider hips than I do. She'll make fun of me for that. Bigger butt and wider hips. Cristiano, I might have to make a microwave appointment. She just opened up a new location. She just got she just quadrupled her space in her new business. So she's doing great.
I don't want to say
eyebrow deal, I believe.
I'm gonna need that when I get back.
Your eyebrows look great. I don't want to say anything. I hope I've never meant to say a single negative thing about Danny Spiegel. It's all just been, honestly, it's all been just fun and games. It's just all funny. It's a good excuse to go ogle her at her fucking Instagram account. It's fun to just, go back and forth. I think she would even be embarrassed, to be honest, that people are defending her the way they are. So I think that guy tried to redefine misogyny. The thing is that there's 140 comments on there or whatever, and 138 of them are like, yeah, this is fucking ridiculous that if she actually thinks we believe she doesn't want people talking about her body. And there's only 2 people in there that are like, they agree with her. Would you say that's fair, Hiller?
I try to remember that there's likely people who don't want to get, ganged up on. So they probably do a little bit of background and they look up and down. They're like, okay, if I post something on here, it's war. And I got to go up against the freaking army of God over here. And some people, so I
don't know. You got destroyed on one of your other videos. People aren't afraid. One of your first Mander video, people came over and fucking.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well. I'm assuming those are all her buddies. She does have 100,000 YouTube followers, and I bet she pointed the horde at me. And coincidentally enough, every single one of those comments also had like 50 likes. So it's like they know who each other are, and they're like liking each other's comments. I
don't think we've ever disrespected Danny on this show. Ever.
I keep on saying I know that I never have because I don't actually think anything negative of her. I think I see what people are up to.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. I hope it is that. That would be awesome. Why does everyone take GW151516 16157432?
It's probably because of the publicity on it. Like people won't go down the route or don't have the connections to find out anything else. But when you see things in the headlines, they Google it like you did with Red 140 when Ricky popped. Yes. And then they're like, oh, I can take this. I just got off the internet. It's like news article on Morning Chalk Up, Google search, order, done. Takes it. So there's that. And then there's also the fact that it works.
You get stronger, faster, smarter.
No, it's endurance. It's called fitness in a bottle because it's supposed to make you better aerobically without doing any aerobic work.
SARMs are so bad for you. Is that true?
They're worse for you than any sort of anabolics generally because, the only thing I can stand upon with that is that they're less tested. Most anabolics have been around for quite some time, and while they're not good for you either when you do them in certain ways, these have been around since 2000, 1990s, which isn't anywhere as long. This one, actually, everyone will say that it gives you cancer. And then, of course, there's studies saying that it also doesn't give you cancer, but helps you with your prostate enlargement. So it just depends on what you read and where you read it.
That's why I didn't get it. I put the Rad 140 in the cart, and then when I went to check out, it gave me a warning saying, hey, this thing could fuck with your prostate. I was like, I don't need anything fucking with my prostate.
I already had that doctor fucking with my prostate.
Yeah, exactly. Sarmageddon.
So yeah, and I also believe that thing kind of sticks around longer than normal. So like I always talk about clearance times, most the anabolics, when they're out, those you don't know when they're out. So they just stay in you. So if you pee ever, you're screwed.
This girl, Taylor, who popped, for taking electrolytes.
Stride.
Taylor Stride.
She didn't pop for taking electrolytes. She popped because her electrolytes were tainted, from what we know.
And
that's a big thing because about 4 or 5 months ago, I had this whole skit and everyone got aboard it. There were memes and shit made about it, which is like, you have a bottle of supplement, some sort of a supplement, in which they're trying to get their margins as big as possible, right? They want a $10 supplement. They sell it for $40. They're going to take that $30 and run. And if they can make it a $9 product so they can make 31, good. And then the whole like skit was, yeah, we're going to put a whole bunch of this in there because we want our product to work better. Like, well, that product that you're putting in there is expensive. So you're telling me you want to make the $10 product $20 and you're ruining the margins? It makes no fucking sense. And there's a lot of validity to that, unless you look at the Taylor Stride and Stephen Wallace case. Which, are you up to date on that at all, or is it just the video you saw on mine?
Just the video I saw on yours. Oh, and I saw maybe someone else's video on it. Maybe I saw an article that Barbell Spin wrote or something.
He's been talking to.
Why? What's the update on? Just so people know, these two athletes. The girl Taylor says she never doesn't take any supplements, zero, except for this one electrolyte, and it was NSF certified. I don't even know what that means or why that would matter.
It's a body that will just like certify whether. I think Muscle Farm is one of the first big companies that I knew that was NSF certified, safe for sport. Basically the level of the college level. When I was a college wrestler, it's like, hey, take Muscle Farm products because they're NSF certified. It's like, you can't test positive then, is the thought. And CrossFit has gone as far to say that take the NSF certified supplements. They're the only ones that you can for sure take.
They say that, huh?
Somewhere over the course of the past year, I heard it on one of those debriefs that they were doing. It seemed like they would do one every 3 or 4 weeks with Justin, Adrian. I couldn't find it. So I got to make sure that I'm like not certain about it, but I do remember that they said it somewhere.
I sorry to go back. What Hiller was pointing out that Sevan nailed, calling someone crazy is ad hominem. It's being done everywhere. If you go down and scroll down to the bottom of those comments, there's someone who basically says Sevan has been in a sex cesspool his whole fucking career or whatever. Just go look at the videos he used to make at CrossFit. And if you don't believe me, Google his name. Like, yeah, Google my name. Go back and watch Andrew Hiller's video. He breaks it down. You can see the part. You can see it all. But they do that just to smear your name. In that paragraph that they wrote that, they could have said something to me. I caught Sevan peeping in my mom's bedroom window. If you have something, say it. Say it. I'm tired of hearing that Kanye was I'm tired of hearing that Kanye is anti-Semitic. Every time you write that, just say what he said. Stop smearing people's names. Every time I hear that, it's just woke bullshit. Danny Spiegel has a beautiful ass. Okay, but what about it makes it beautiful? You can tell she's worked on it really hard. The texture of the skin is excellent. The way it hangs in the back. I mean, add some value. You might mean when I go bird watching with someone like, that's a beautiful bird. Shut the fuck up. I don't respect your opinion on what's a beautiful bird or not. I want to hear about, notice the curvature on the beak. That bird is on the endangered list. That bird's the only bird that has 3 bones in its wing instead of 2 that's on planet Earth. Give me something. It's beautiful. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about your fucking analysis. What are you, fucking 4? Okay, sorry. Where was I? NSF. Oh,
National
drugs.
Sanitation Foundation.
Yeah. So is NSF
drugs?
Is NSF valid? Is NSF valid?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be.
Porn uses.
So tell me what's developed in this. Are you saying that she is innocent?
Can we pull up the Instagram post? Because I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not say.
Oh, because you have inside information.
Always.
And
but in here it says something that. Yeah, go ahead.
Is she innocent?
Everything that I know, it appears so, which is why I wouldn't have made a video contradicting myself if I didn't believe so. And basically by contradicting myself, I brought up that 4 months ago period, which was that this is not a fucking thing. There are no fucking tainted supplements. But and then you come to this. And I think it's I think she mentions it in the comment section. She's been right there. She's been working on it for 4 months. Her teammate and her tested positive for Ostrine. They've been entirely transparent with CrossFit. Now the other big thing in relation to the butt, and I know this I can say this, which is you wouldn't do all this stuff if you thought you were innocent, which is you wouldn't spend the money, you wouldn't have the back and forth, you wouldn't make the post this far after, you wouldn't have been quiet this long. You would do what Jalen Franklin did, which is you go on a podcast immediately after you test positive and say some stupid shit like, bag of pills. I took a bag of pills and it was tainted. It's like
that's some army shit, dude.
It was, you idiot.
Fucking army shit.
What you do if you're innocent is you do what these guys are doing, which is you get the batch sample, you reach out to the company from which the product you thought was tainted was, you spend the $10,000, you go back and forth with CrossFit.
That's how much? You think it's expensive to get all these tested? What she's doing is expensive?
It's $600 to $1,000 per supplement.
Oh my God.
Now what did we go to the comment? She says it in there. We were just there. An unjust full 4 years. That right there. So that she says there that they haven't brought it down to a 2-year, which the barbell spin is brought up a couple of times, that the Nasir guy who tested positive for GW, he had it reduced to 2. So the difference is the 2 years. She's got 4, he's got 2. What did he do to prove his innocence that she did not? And there's no word on Stephen Wallace yet.
Has this company taken responsibility for it? The electrolyte company she took?
No word.
Let's say, why can't she get completely waived with just a 1-year suspension, the current year suspension, if she proves that? Well, if she proves that it's her fault, not her fault.
The thing with that is that, like, you still did take it, and there's going to be people coming out of the woodwork saying she reaped the benefits of X supplement, and that's probably the biggest argument. But I'm on board with give her the year. I mean, you already didn't. They were kicked out of the games this year because of the tainted supplement that they've been trying to prove for 4 to 5 months at this point. And I think it'd be fair to give them a year. Like, okay, you guys are good. You're back in next year.
How will this end? How will this end? Are you upset with? Are you disappointed in CrossFit right now?
You know how it's going to end is they're going to have 4-year bans because it's CrossFit's way or the highway. They never fucking bend or break. It's ridiculous. Unless something comes out that I haven't heard of or seen, it seems kind of ridiculous that they're going through all this. And every other tainted supplement thing, you never hear about them actually spending money and doing the legwork to prove it.
In CrossFit's defense, maybe they know stuff, and because of Privacy Act, they can't say anything. To where the person who's being accused can say everything, but they can't say. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I'm making that up.
Well, I assumed you knew some shit that I didn't know coming from the other end. It's like, what have you seen on your side over there?
Stuff. No, I forget that stuff.
It's fair. It's possible. They could also. I find that unlikely in this scenario. I think we'll find out more in 2 months or less.
Why do you think WADA? So they use what does CrossFit use? USADA?
Drug-free sport.
Oh, drug-free sport, which is different than USADA and WADA?
Correct. Drug-free sport is a company that you basically say, hey, test this for this. What do you want us to test it for? Just test it for whatever they test at the college level. And then they test them in ways that we found out last year were also subpar with the Lisa Burns case, which they also didn't work with very much because there was proof saying that they didn't collect the samples properly, which completely eviscerates all evidence in any other sort of situation legally.
That was the one that they had the wrong sex of her, the wrong name, and the wrong athlete number.
Yeah. See, you're good. You got it. So yeah, they had all that stuff wrong due to an improper sampling and an improper collection, but she still got a 4-year ban. And in this case, it looks like Taylor and Steve, I don't know about Steven, are going to get 4-year bans. And in the case of a WADA, they have it all down. And the big thing with WADA that they'll do is the biological passport, which they'll save samples and they'll be able to check things in the future, which I brought up with you before, right? So
yeah. Why don't they use WADA? It's cost prohibitive.
It's probably expensive as fuck. I don't know the price, but remember UFC brought it in. You're a UFC guy. You remember that time period or no?
I came in right after that, but I hear it talked about all the time about how the athletes change shape after that.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine how that would look? It wouldn't look very good. Did it look? But I guess it didn't matter with UFC, did it?
No,
Still
it wouldn't matter
huge.
with CrossFit too. It would just be part of the story then.
Good. Make it part of the story.
So for whatever reason, you think WADA has a better drug testing protocol and capabilities than what's the other one called that they use?
Drug-free sport.
Drug-free sport.
Better, but not perfect. If you're good, you're going to get around it no matter what. I guess I should also say that if we want to compare it to the other big sports, NFL, MLB, they don't use like a USADA or a WADA. And in that video that we're talking about, I say they shouldn't use anything.
Oh,
free game.
Let it fly.
Let it roll. Someone sent me a picture of a strong California Hormones games. Someone sent me a picture of a strong man just walking around at Rogue.
Yeah.
Looks like a fucking brick shit house, just like. And I'm like, people seem to be okay with that. It's got a pretty big following. They're doing well.
Are they doing well?
What do you mean?
I don't know. It would be
health wise or
what
sport wise, because I don't think they're very healthy by any means, but I don't think CrossFitters at the elite level are either.
Yeah, I just think it would be. I don't see how it sits in congruence with the brand if you just have these people that don't like. If I owned an affiliate, I don't think I would want the CrossFit
It'd be great
Games
for the affiliates. Are you kidding?
Oh, explain.
The affiliate should be about health and wellness. No.
Yeah.
No, nobody ever goes and plays a football game expecting to make the NFL. No one plays basketball expecting to go to the fucking NBA. And I think it might be a very 2012 look at it to say, this is what CrossFit will turn you into if you do enough CrossFit. And it might be one of the biggest issues. That's a hot take, that people think that they're going to turn into games athletes or want to be doing all of this stuff, but really they should be doing .com and focusing on movement and doing a build to a heavy 5 back squat as your workout of the day, and not trying to throw in that. You wouldn't have people like Simply Mander. Okay. Simply Mander wouldn't be saying CrossFit ruined her because she got all fucked up thinking that CrossFit was the sport. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I'm not following you, because this would become the face of CrossFit if you just opened up the drug door.
Well, do I look like that?
Not yet.
This person, Sevan?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to try to look like that.
Right. Oh, I understand. What you're saying is that's a different kind of training. We would have some Maurice Pujanowski looking motherfuckers.
You would not have Marius Pujanowski looking motherfuckers.
All right.
You would have Saquon Barkley looking motherfuckers. You would have Zac Efron and Baywatch plus some. I gotta watch myself here.
So you think it would be good?
Taking steroids too for another movie.
Have you seen him recently? He looks fucking weird.
Fucking yoked.
Zac Efron?
Yeah, it looks like a baby with Ronnie Coleman's body.
Zac Efron at one point was the best looking human on the planet Earth, and he has done himself a disservice.
By how juiced up he got?
He also had some work done on his face.
Oh.
But it's apparently because he smacked it on a fucking sink or something. He was like running around and broke his jaw open, falling. Had surgery done. But how do you not understand what I'm saying about how many times have you been in an affiliate?
I don't know, 500.
And when you were there, did you not see the people that were trying to get to the CrossFit Games, or maybe that was the Efron picture?
Tell me. I'm patient. Tell me.
I know. We have 7 minutes. Oh, we have a time cap today. Hour and a half time cap on this podcast. AMRAP words.
You don't think? Let me put this out there. You don't think that if that became the imagery of CrossFit, that everyone then who would go into the gym would be like, okay, I need to get juiced up to look like that, and if it was that open, and that it would start pushing it that way instead of to where the brand is to be nutrition, health, fitness, hard work, that it would start swaying too much into the use of drugs? Or no, you think that there would be some sort of equilibrium?
I would say it's impossible to know, but I also know that there are people who could use bodybuilding to look like them, but will never touch drugs. But the people who are going to do it did it anyway.
Okay.
And the same thing happens with powerlifting and with strongman. I know plenty of people who are like, they're been doing Olympic weightlifting for 40 years and they never had any interest in taking drugs, but they still like watching the Olympics,
right?
Which I guess would say they are drug tested. But strongman and powerlifting, people love that shit. They do it all the time, naturally. I don't know. It's hard. It's impossible to say.
There's nothing in between CrossFit and strongman.
Nothing between CrossFit and strongman. What do you mean? As far as
like there's marathon running, then there's triathletes, right? Then there's CrossFit, and then there's strongman. Those are kind of that's kind of the spectrum.
What would you want to put between the two things?
Maurice Pujanowski, who can run a 5K.
I think that's going to be me.
All right. Yeah,
it
seems like it looks like it's going that
Hunter
way.
McIntyre is probably close, right?
Right.
Like a High Rocks.
Right.
He's much bigger in person than he is on the internet.
He's big.
He's like 220.
And he's got an enormous personality and even bigger personality and presence than he does even on this show.
I'm going to tell him he makes himself look small on the internet. He won't like that.
Heidi's doing a High Rocks today, I think.
She is? Oh,
yeah. In Chicago, I saw.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hardcore. You did the Batman. You finally did it. You wrote a workout on the board. Did you ever think you'd be able to do that? Sometimes you look at it and be like, "Oh fuck, I'm fucked." That's gonna be there forever.
Every bit of my mental lapses Alexis would know about in relation to my elbow rehab, and there were times where I just didn't think I would ever like try to do any of that shit ever again, for sure.
You thought it'd come to an end. And then so the workout was up on the board and you finally did it a couple days ago. And then you were able to erase it off the board and you did it in 12:22?
Correct. Maybe it was 12:21.
One deadlift at 495, one back squat at 405, one bench press at 315, one power snatch at 225, 10 unbroken ring muscle ups, 100 unbroken double unders, 3 rounds, and you will repeat it again in 2 months.
Yeah. Thank you for liking the intro. I was pretty proud of this intro. People who have seen the Batman is just like scoping around, and I thought it was kind of neat how I scoped around into the garage. I thought it was cool.
I had people over at my house the other day when we were watching these videos, and I don't remember who said it. Someone's like, how the fuck does he have so many movie references? This is amazing.
I was, well, you know how I've said how I was an obese little kid. I watched a lot of movies over and over again. They're stuck in there. My dad growing up used to go to Best Buy every Tuesday and pick up a couple of movies, like just the new ones that came out because they were always like $5 off or $6 off. So he has a wall with like 5,000 DVDs, movies. He used to rent them out. We had like a little Best Buy thing going. Like
I thought you were too young for DVDs.
No, I think I was like right in the hot time of DVDs. I had the HD DVD player.
That's like the good one?
It was the one that was beat the shit by Blu-ray. Like it was Blu-ray versus HD DVD. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had 300 on HD DVD.
I couldn't make the transition to Blu-ray.
I've got a CrossFit Games athlete doing this workout today.
Oh, interesting.
They said that they'd do it. And I said that I'd send him $100.
Can you tell us who it is? Surprise. Colt Mertens. Colt Mertens.
No. Did you say JR? No. I wonder if JR could do this. I don't know what JR's best deadlift is or bench
You
press.
cannot do this, JR.
Kyle Landis, you are the winner.
Oh, no shit.
Good guess. Yeah. Nick Matthew. I told him I bet he could do it under 10 minutes, but I bet he could also do it under 9 minutes because I think I do this first round pretty easily in 3. His conditioning's better and he's stronger, so I think he'd be able to do it pretty quick.
Did you listen to the lyrics? And
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It takes 4 times as long to set this workout up as it did to do it.
Hey, that's a good warm up though. You were saying you should have a friend come over and help you set it up. Fuck that.
I'm surprised you have that many plates.
That's
was
a
getting
lot of
worried.
plates.
I think when I was creating the workout, I had to make sure I had enough, and then I didn't think about it since I created it because I knew I wanted to do it just like this. Mentioned the scale version.
This is exactly what I thought, Jessica. Hiller mentioned the scale version of the Batman. It's the Robin. I know. When I looked at that, I'm like, that's not fucking scaled.
It is scaled. It's
scaled,
scaled
but
standard.
it's not scaled. It's scaled.
The deadlift is at 405. The back squat. These are the male weights. Townsend would smash it. Back squat 405. Bench press 405, 315, 225, and then 185 on the snatch. 5 ring muscle ups, 50 double unders.
Get a hot guy to do it so we can talk about his ass and abs for 45 minutes.
Well, you got one right now.
That's not me. It's Sevan, take your shirt off. Talk about your ass and abs. Nick Matthews is going to be a hot guy. He'll wear the crop top.
That's the
You'll
next
see his
show.
abs. So,
yeah, Bruce, it's so heavy. That's what we were joking about. It is so heavy. Even the scale version
did you listen to my commentary on this? The whole reason behind my creation of this was I wanted it to be something where there are people outside of CrossFit who will look at the weights and go, I can do that. 5 plates, 4 plates, 3 plates, 2 plates. It's just like the weights on the barbell. It's like the 495. It's just 5 plates on the bar, 545s. It's the way that most people in a gym will look at it. It's like, oh, can you squat 4 plates? Can you bench 3 plates? They're like kind of benchmarks for the guys. But they can't do the double unders and they can't do the muscle ups unless they do CrossFit.
Thank you, Lindsay. Crop top, not sexy. I agree. Not.
You can't be picky. You can't be picky, Lindsay. Whatever you can get, man. Come on.
God, the crop top just does something to me. My eyes don't like it.
JR and I were saying that we don't know if 50% or more or less could do this at the CrossFit Games, this workout. He says more.
Wow.
I said less.
Wow. What would stop him, you think?
The bench press for some, and the ring muscle ups would be fine. It'd be the bench press and the deadlift. So I bet he's probably right, though. It's probably something like 20-25% could not do it.
Shut it, Caleb. Damn. Wow. Listen, look at this. The weights are easy. Casavion.
Hell yeah.
Let's see you do it.
Now, what about the muscle ups?
Why no bar muscle ups for the Robin, Hiller?
Some people think ring muscle ups are easier. Not many people, some.
Not me.
But I want.
Yeah, I think ring muscle ups are easier. I think ring muscle ups are easier.
Thank you. Well, thank you. It's because you do all those negatives.
Yeah. Okay.
So
thank you.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna hang up on everyone. What do you go ahead? You get the last word.
I actually don't think I had anything. I was just trying to fill the air because you weren't saying shit.
All right, cool. Guys, thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I think we have Matt DeLugos on. Hiller and I and the team and Caleb and everyone are preparing for the Zello games, which are coming very soon. Zellos. And tomorrow we will have Matt DeLugos on in the morning early, and then back to back with Miss Alex Gazan. 2 really fun guests we had on before. We'll visit them, find out what they're up to, and then rest of the week we'll start hard.